right. Brother was appalled, man. But Paul,
Paul gonna get y'all killed.
Paul has the authority over Christ.
Apparently.
yes, I'm listening.
I'm a businessman.
You're a businessman.
Also, I'm a believer, right? I understand what everything you're talking about. And the goal is to draw people to you. You understand what I'm saying? Listen, I know you're ready to
Let me hear the whole matter. You're right.
The goal is to draw people to you because you want them to hear you.
To Christ.
Not to make mockery of when they wrong or maybe ignorant to what you're talking about.
Right.
You want to lure them in, brother.
Right.
Don't make them mockery.
Okay, but that elder right there, I was talking to him.
One,
For-
2, 3. I'm just telling you what I see.
Right. I understand. But what you didn't see was me have a whole 2 hour. It does matter. It does matter. You gotta hear the whole matter. Give me that in Cyrac. Give me that Cyrac 11 and 7. Right, well, please allow me. Please give me the same courtesy. Please give me the same courtesy.
You about to go down
Please, no, brother, I'm not about to go down the wrong
That ain't about
alley.
how he acts.
You don't know what I'm about to say. How do you know what I'm about to say?
Let him speak.
I'm just telling you, brother.
Allow me that same
This ain't
respect.
biblical what I'm talking about. This common sense.
Let him speak.
Galatians.
Brother, this common sense.
Let him speak.
This ain't biblical. This ain't biblical. The Bible make no mockery of man.
Oh, it doesn't?
In the
Let's
process
see.
of trying to get
Let's
some
see.
knowledge. That's what I do know.
Let us see.
What I'm trying to say to you, brother, you ain't
Galatians 3:1.
listening, so why you want me to listen to you?
Read.
Hold on.
I listen to you, brother.
No. Wait, tell me what I just said. Feed it back to me.
We're not gonna do
Hold on.
Read.
Feed it back to me, brother.
It's the book of Galatians, chapter 3 and verse 1.
How did Paul talk to the Galatians?
Oh, foolish Galatians. Oh, foolish
I'm gonna
Galatians.
get on the mic too.
What did Paul say?
Oh, foolish Galatians.
What did Paul say?
Oh, foolish Galatians.
What did Paul call the Galatians?
Oh, foolish
What did
Galatians.
Paul call the Galatians?
Oh, foolish
Did you
Galatians.
call that old man a fool?
No.
You had it. You joked with him.
I
and you
call
kept
him.
it light.
I call him Papa, giving him respect as an elder in the nation.
You joked with him and kept it light, right?
Do you understand
Now
why the
go
Bible
to
said the man
Jeremiah
was a
4
fool?
and 22 now.
Do you understand why the man was called foolish? It's not to make
Why was they
laughs
called
and
foolish?
jokes about.
Why was they called foolish?
Do you know what foolish is?
Why was they
Do you know
called
what-
foolish
Do you know
right
what
there?
the Bible mean by foolishness?
Why was they called foolish right there?
We're going to read. We're
Listen,
not
brother,
listening to
you
that.
don't ask the question.
This is the book of Jeremiah.
Wait, stop. Let
We're
him
trying to have a conversation
wait.
and learn some knowledge,
Wait,
right?
everybody
Let
slow
me,
down.
let me talk to y'all young brother for a minute.
Because he's hyped.
I'm not hyped,
Why?
brother.
Why?
Brother, I'm not hyped.
Why was the Galatians called foolish right there?
Listen,
Why was the Galatians?
I'm talking
called-
about common sense, brother.
Why was the Galatians?
talking
called-
about the Bible
You
right
cannot criticize
I'm
the scripture
talking about
unless you understand it.
Y'all's tact
Because you're talking to biblical
and when
scholars,
somebody
not young
is
guys.
wrong. I'm talking about y'all
say-
tact.
you say young
I'm
fellas
talking
and all
about
of
your
that?
tact, brother.
And we showing you
I'm
tact.
talking about your tact.
We showing you biblical
Y'all really
tact.
need to
Give me
conduct
Isaiah
yourself
58 and 1. Now,
How do you know how we
you know what I'm saying? In a way that's
Because
going to
now
draw
he's
people to you.
determined now.
What I see you turning people away with
We didn't
mockery.
turn him away.
Yes, you did.
No, we didn't.
You didn't see the
I don't
3 hour
know for a
conversation.
minute.
You didn't see the 3 hour conversation before that.
And
Y'all
you
over there
get
like y'all
Sirach
joking,
11
brother.
and 7.
I know y'all brother Pop. Y'all know Pop. Y'all brother believer with the other sex.
Hold on. No. The only reason I'm doing this is because you're not gonna make that criticism because it's unfair.
Right.
This young brother right here is a
I'm not the
sterling
only
teacher.
one that see it. That's
Hey,
cool.
all right. As
I'm
long
an
as
educated man. I'm a teacher.
you talking,
I'm a
you can be right.
motivational speaker.
As long as you
That's all-
talking,
that's
you
all
can be
good.
right.
That's all good.
Is that okay?
When I speak, I'm
You're right.
saying right by
You're
what I
right.
believe.
You're right. Now we gotta
Yeah.
respond.
Right.
This brother is a.
What are you responding to?
Listen.
No,
Stop,
you're not.
stop,
What are you
stop.
responding to
Look,
first?
let him be mad at me.
We can't talk unless you know what I'm talking about. So don't
And I
respond
said
with
that
something.
first, and now
what
you
are you
saying it.
responding to, brother? What are you responding to?
Now let me tell you why.
Can you tell me what you responding
I'm
to?
about to tell you now.
Okay.
Now, the reason you cannot criticize this young brother like that, and I'm not gonna let you.
He's a man. I can't criticize him. Nobody's above criticizing. So I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. No, now go ahead and continue. Go ahead and continue.
The reason I'm not gonna let you criticize this young brother like that is
I just did. I just did.
stop.
You talking about something I'm
Everybody
talking
with
about.
me, stop.
You're not. You're trying to take the conversation in another direction. You deflecting,
No, I'm not.
brother. I'm addressing the man, his tact, and making a
And
mockery
the reason,
about people who don't understand what you're talking about,
and
brother.
now I prove,
So wherever you're gonna take it, I'm not listening if you're not responding to my question.
how you know what I'm gonna say unless I talk?
God, bro.
It's a common sense question. You ain't got to read it.
Now, the reason I'm not gonna let you criticize this young brother like that
Okay,
is because he's a sterling. That's childish. Because he's a sterling instructor.
Okay.
He's very good at what
I'm
he
not
does.
knocking his knowledge.
Can I talk? And he taught that elder in peace, and we had a great conversation with the elder. Then he came back and talked to us again.
None of that matters.
Then he came
You sound
back
like a kid
and talked
making
to us
excuses.
again.
Trying to defend something, you
don't
want to hear the
matter.
whole
Everybody
It
that's
don't
with me,
matter.
stop.
It don't matter. It's about how you made a mockery of the man walking off.
Now the point I'm
That's the
making.
point. It don't matter how he acted.
Okay, we
You
heard
got to conduct
we heard
yourself
you.
right.
We heard
Address
you.
that.
Now,
Address that.
Now we're gonna just ignore you because you're being childish.
That's fine, brother.
Because that's what you want. You
I
want to
don't need
flee.
attention.
You don't want
I
to be
don't need
corrected.
it. I
So
don't
you,
need-
God
I know
forbid,
I'm
you
right.
enter into a discourse
I
because
know
then you
I'm
might be
right,
shown
brother.
wrong, and you can't take that motivational
talking,
speaker.
brother.
The ultimate motivational speaker is God.
Right.
So now,
Okay.
the elder done
I can
talked
get
us.
up there right
The elder
now.
done talked us 4 times. He does not feel no kind of way, and when he comes back down the block, he gonna talk to us again,
Right.
because that's our guy. You are drawing a conclusion, not knowing the whole matter. Now read the Bible. Sirach 11 and 7.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Say what?
Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Say what?
Blame not before thou hast examined the truth.
Read on.
Understand first.
Say what?
Understand first. Then rebuke.
Does he understand what was happening with that old man? But he went straight to what?
rebuke.
And is he supposed to do that? I tried to save him,
Right.
but then he wanted to talk over me. Now I have to instruct.
Right.
I didn't want to do that to the brother, but the Bible said this, Isaiah 58 and 1.
Con, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Read it out. Cry aloud.
Say what?
Cry aloud. Spare not.
No, be nice.
Spare not.
No, be friendly.
Spare not.
Oh, we're supposed to not spare. Right?
Right.
Read on.
Lift up thy voice like a trumpet.
And we're supposed to be a little bit loud with it, right?
Uh-huh.
Is that in the Bible?
Yeah.
Did you read that in the Bible?
In the Bible.
Now let's get back to the young brother. He didn't do anything wrong. He's a sterling instructor. All he did was ask the
gotta
elder to come
disagree.
over. All he
I
did was
agree.
ask the elder to
We
come
agree
over.
to disagree.
All he
That's
did
all
was
good,
ask.
brother.
You can't agree to disagree. That white people do that.
That's right. Look.
Okay.
You can't agree to
That's
disagree.
right.
You have to have a conclusion of the matter. Now, what you did was wrong concerning his instruction. I don't want you to close your mind like that. This brother can have a great conversation with
I
you.
can too.
He's a good.
I can too. On the mic too.
We're not saying you can't.
Okay.
I'm really not up here to correct you. I'm here to give this. I'm here to incentivize
We all
you.
need
to,
correction.
Can I please get this precept?
I'm here. Stop. I'm here to incentivize you to listen to this brother. That's all.
Right.
He-
You gotta
he's a,
listen,
good,
I know
he's
what
a
I'm
very
talking about.
intelligent and good speaker. Give him a chance.
I didn't say nothing about
so
that.
give him a chance.
I didn't say anything about that.
Now, here's the mic back. Let's try this again. You're talking to this brother right here.
Good talk to you, bro.
Respect. You're talking
All
to
the
this
time.
brother right
All the
here.
time, bro. Oh, he gotta talk to me. Talk to everybody.
I'm not trying to play you out.
Talk to everybody, man. You ain't gotta talk to me. Talk, bro. You good?
Where we at?
It's all right. Let's teach him his
It's all
nationality.
about
How
being
that?
accountable, brother.
All right, brother. According to the Bible, you'll be Israelite. You can prove that.
Remember, you called me over here now, remember? I was over there.
I did.
Brother, I'm fine, man. It's you got the problem, bro.
It's
I
all,
can
it's,
you don't talk
it's
to
all,
him.
it's
Okay.
all
My
right.
mistake,
It's-
brother. My
everything
mistake.
okay? Everybody,
Mistake, brother.
let's take a breath.
My mistake,
It's
brother.
all-
I'm telling my
it's
guys
all
to
right.
relax so they can talk to you.
Right.
Cool.
I want them to talk.
They ain't talking. You got to relax. They ain't saying that. It's you, brother.
Job 21 and 3.
Hey, give me the. Yeah, read what you got. Give me a book of. Yeah, read that.
It's the book of Job, chapter 21 and verse 3. Suffer me that I may speak, and after I have spoken, mark on.
Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. Mark me and be astonished, and lay your hand upon your mouth.
Hey, sometimes, I called you over here to learn something.
I'm always over to learn, bro.
All praises, but you know what you got to do in order to learn?
Listen,
You have to listen first.
Let me say something. I'm 49 years old, right?
All praises.
Let me tell you something
Does
about
age mean anything?
Listen. It means experience. Yes.
Let's hear.
Let's hear. Let me get the mic. Can I get the mic?
Go ahead.
You tell you what age mean? Age mean experience.
Okay.
Age, and that right there is enough. Now, I'm a motivational speaker too. I get paid to do what I do. The first thing about you speaking to people, brother, and you bringing a serious message, you stay in that form. You don't want to make a mockery of people, man. You bring them back. That's all I'm saying to you, brother.
Will you acknowledge the 2 hours I spent being patient and dealing with the elder? I didn't say anything. I was still referring to him as Papa before he even came up.
Would you
As
answer
elder?
Papa? Would you answer to any other name than what you your friend?
Okay.
Answer that.
Right? If I know, if I'm in the gas station, and I see his older sister, I'ma say, I got you, ma. I got you, mama.
That's not what you say.
Or Nana, or Auntie.
I'm from Atlanta. Nobody
or
calls an old man.
Oh, I'm
Papa.
from Tennessee.
I'm from right here.
Everybody's a family.
Nobody here say, hey,
Damn.
Papa. They say old
Come on.
They say old school OG, man. No, we're not arguing. I'm just letting you know, man. You got to be accountable, man. Judah, you got to be accountable. And look, and I'm that guy.
All right.
I'm listening to you, so guess what? I'm
Read
listening to
that.
you.
Read the Bible. Read the
So,
Bible.
hey,
Read the Bible. Read the Bible.
Read the Bible, man.
Yo,
That's right.
Ecclesiastes 5:1 for that.
I'm here. That's what I wanted. Thank you. Ecclesiastes chapter 5 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
What does that mean?
Be
Do
quiet.
you know what? You know what keep thy foot means? Do you know what keep thy foot means? You.
Yes.
Classes and sessions.
Yes, I
What
do.
does it mean?
I know what it means.
What does keep thy foot mean?
Keep the talk flowing, man.
No. That's what keep thy foot mean.
Keep the talk flowing.
Okay. What does keep thy foot mean? For his edification
I'm not here
and
for
his
your spotlight. Keep the spotlight on you.
Can I explain this?
No, you might as well.
keep thy foot. Keep thy foot. Keep thy foot. So I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna teach.
Explain it,
I'm gonna
bro.
teach. Because there's some things you can learn, right?
I'm sure. Yes.
All praises to the Most High. But in order to learn, you have to do
Something
what?
you can learn?
In order
There's
to
something you
learn,
can learn.
I'm not in a position to learn nothing right
But you
now.
talking to me. I said
because I'm
everybody,
teaching.
but you keep talking to
Right?
me.
I'm
That's
teaching
right.
right now.
That's right.
So let's go back.
it.
Let's go back. Let's go back.
That's Jake's way of saying I'm ready to listen. Let's leave it alone and
Okay,
teach.
okay.
You have to talk to everybody. That's right.
Okay, let me teach you
You call
something.
me over here.
I did
Okay.
to teach you something.
I want to bring you back.
So in order to learn something, you have to listen. That's what I just listen for a second. Understand?
I already know what you know, so you ain't got it directed to me.
Okay.
Let's talk to everybody.
What does keep thy foot mean?
Talk to everybody. All right. I don't have to prove myself, brother.
What's the nationality of the so-called Mexican? What's his nationality? What tribe does the Mexican come from?
Historically educated.
Okay, you're historically educated. What tribe does the Mexican come from?
You ain't got to prove that. I ain't got to prove that. Just talk, man. You keep talking to me.
So
we gonna talk, man.
you have to humble
Stay
down and learn
focused.
something for a second.
Brother, I'm
Humble down
I'm
and keep thy
very
foot
humble.
when you come in the house of the Lord. Read on.
I'm very humble, young brother.
And be more ready to hear. And be more ready to hear. And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Here, then you talk. Like what Sirach tried to give you game and say, understand first, understand what I'm bringing out, then rebuke what I'm saying.
Right.
Understand the whole matter before you go and judge it. Because you could be judging wrong judgment.
Right.
You did not know what was happening when you ain't that brother before. You don't know. You don't know.
Man, why you keep coming back to me?
Because I asked you to come over here. Remember I asked you? Didn't I ask you to come over here? Did I ask you to come over here?
Why you keep putting
Did
me
I
on the
ask
spotlight?
you to come over here?
I'm gonna
Did I
talk.
ask you to come over here?
Brother,
Did I ask you to come over here?
I'm here
Did
to
I-
just listen. What you already know,
I?
I already know too. So
Okay,
just
so
talk,
what's
brother.
what lineage
I ain't
does
got
the
to- I
so-called
don't
Mexican
have to
come from?
prove
You
that,
don't
man.
know what I know.
That means you don't know nothing.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
If you want to believe
That's
it,
what that
that's
is.
fine.
Yeah, give me Deuteronomy
That's
chapter
fine.
28, verse
That's fine,
68.
brother. Just talk.
Let's teach the brother something.
Let's do it.
Read what you 28, 68. Read.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with
Did
ships.
you know that the transatlantic slave trade was prophesied in the Bible? You knew that? Right? And why did that happen to our people?
Yes, only God knows the true answer. That's
Right?
keep
Okay,
talking, brother.
let's see. It's actually in the Bible. Now let's show the people. Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Hey, brother, come here real fast. Let me teach you your nationality.
He said, oh.
Yeah. Come here. All praises. What's your nationality? African American. Let me teach you something about that. The term African American, you would be the same thing? You would classify yourself as the same thing?
Yes.
There's something wrong with that classification. It's the name of two white men. Leo Scipio Africanus and Americos Vespucci. Those are two white men, an Italian mapmaker and someone who defeated Hannibal in the Second Punic War. Right? But you now are calling yourself after two white men. That's a conundrum. That's something you got to learn something. You have to learn what you are, what your nationality is, what nation of people you come from, right? And you know it's stated in the Bible. Do you believe in the Bible? All praises to the Most High, right? So let's teach you what the Bible, what God calls you, man, right? And that's important because the Most High God has given our people a nationality, a heritage that brings us into the ways of life, right? But leaving those ways pushes us in the ways of death, right? You want to walk in the ways of life or death? That's a real question, right? The ways of life. So let's see how we get to the ways of life, right? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass.
Come on, give me, hey sister. Let me get, okay. You got time for 4 scriptures?
Yeah, 4.
4. All praise. Let's hit it. Deuteronomy 28, 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
You don't listen to the voice of the Lord. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
What's going to happen?
That all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? A bad thing. So if you don't listen to God, our people are going to be cursed. Let's see these curses. Let's see who they happen to. Next verse.
Verse 16. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed will our people be in the city.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Hey, who's cursed in the city? Getting shot in the street constantly. We see a lot of black on black police brutality with black people. Right? Rodney King. Right? And who was cursed in the field? The sugarcane fields, the tobacco fields. We see that happen to our people. But God said, if you don't listen to the commandments of me, that is going to happen. Right? Let me ask y'all. Y'all are familiar with the history of how so-called black people got to America? How? What mode of transportation?
A boat.
Overseas by what? Ship. Right? By ship, right? The transatlantic slave trade. But guess what? The Bible actually prophesied that happening to our people. Give me that in 68.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
You know what the Israelites were doing in Egypt? Are y'all familiar with that story? Moses let my people go. Y'all know that? What was he want? What did he tell Moses, that Pharaoh, to let my people go out of? Slavery. Right? Read what you got. No. He already knows. So the Lord will bring you into slavery again. How?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
Who was brought to slavery on ships? Right. Our people.
That's right.
Read on in the scripture.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Talking about your homeland. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Your who?
Your enemies.
Who are we sold to? Coming to America off ships and put on auction blocks. Who are we sold to? That's right. Our enemies. What nation and demographic of people is that? Huh? I didn't hear you. Can't hear you guys say. White people. Yeah, don't be scared. Don't be scared, because the Bible wasn't scared when it said you're gonna be sold to your enemy.
That's right.
They wasn't scared when they was hanging you and beating you for not picking the quota of cotton a day, right? But the Bible says, guess what? You're gonna be sold to your enemy for what?
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
That word buy means redeem. It's a Hebrew custom. If my brother has a debt, and he's in debt, and he has to serve for that debt, I can go in and pay what he owes. Nobody can do that for us in this captivity. Did anybody come and redeem us out of this? No. But we still here. But that was said to happen to the Israelites. But we see that happen to our people. So what would that make us?
Make us Israelites.
It would make us Israelites according to the Bible.
That's right.
Right? I have 2 more scriptures. Deuteronomy Deuteronomy 10 and 12. All praises.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12.
One more.
And now, Israel, what does the Lord thy God require of thee?
You Israelites, what does the Lord require of y'all now?
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
How do you fear the Lord? How do you serve him with all your heart and soul? How do you walk in all of his ways? Read.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
By keeping the commandments of the Lord.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, for thy good.
For your own good. How many commandments are there? Huh? No. The reason why our people think there are 10 commandments is because Exodus 20, go to Exodus 20 and 2. Right? Exodus 20 is where you get the 10 commandments, right? Well, guess what? Drop to verse... Yeah, 18.
It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 18.
After the Most High said the 10th commandment, this is what it says.
And all the people saw the thunderings, and the lightnings, and the noise of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they were moved and stood afar off.
So when the people saw all that stuff happening, thundering, lightning, trumpets, the smoke, they got scared. And what did they read on? What did they say?
And they said unto Moses, speak thou with us.
Hey, you speak to us. Right?
And we will hear.
We gonna hear. We gonna listen to what you said. Read.
But let not God speak with us.
Why?
Lest we die.
At least we died. They thought that they were gonna die if they heard another word, another commandment from the Most High, because it was such a terrible sight. Right. But that would lead to the question again: how many commandments are there?
It's a bunch of them.
It's a bunch of
Over 500.
How many?
Like 500.
Over 500. It's over 613 laws and statutes and commandments.
That's right.
It was what God gave us to govern our people.
That's right.
America has over 30,000 laws to govern the United States. The Most High gives His chosen people 613 to govern their nation, the nation of Israel. And what we have to do through the Spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, what we have to do through the Spirit of the Most High through Christ is what? Come back to that heritage. Come back to that government. Right? Y'all use that flyer, okay? Did somebody explain it to y'all? Yeah. All praises. Hey, that's what we want to teach.
I told you he's a good teacher.
That's what we want to teach.
I know it's good.
All praise to the Most High.
He's decent, man.
So that's what we want to do to our people. Wake them up to their nationality and who they are.
Let me say something. With our people, we play around too much. That's why we're talking about something like this. I don't care if you're a Christian, whatever if you represent anything Most High God, it's got to be serious. Ain't no room for playing, because that's what we done fucked off and did for all these years. Fuck off. So when it comes to this, man, I take this serious. You know,
I take it seriously too. That's why we out here. You won't see me if I didn't take it serious. I came over here from Ohio. Last Saturday, it was 4 degrees. Well, it felt like 4 degrees. And the wind was blowing. We looked up. It was like 28 degrees, but it felt like it was 4. But I was out there doing the same thing I'm doing. If I didn't care about this and take this seriously, I would not be out there. With my damn toes freezing, with my damn rib to my left. Right? My rib was recording. My wife cares about this.
Right. Let me say this. I live downtown. I live on 10th Street, right? Particular home people. They know me from just giving them money. I might not say I give them shoes, whatever I give them. You know what I'm saying? I ride through and I give them. So, and these are people that need to hear what you're talking about. But if you make a mockery out of that one guy, this is a community, this homeless community, the people you see, these people around here every day. These ain't just pass about, they around here every day. It's a circle.
We around here every day.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Even the people that drive back and forth. So word spread quickly. You know what I'm saying? So any room, people already take a side out of y'all, even though y'all speak a lot of truth about black, whatever you want to call it, history. Black people over here, history, Israelite. I know all that, familiar all that. Right. But here's the thing. If you're serious about it, man, you gotta stay serious about it all the time. You know, that's the brother you invite and you give him a meal, whatever you need to give him, $5, $10, sit down for a minute and listen. Because he the one gonna spread more word.
He was gonna listen regardless.
If you feed him, he gonna let somebody else know he feed. It's just like you giving out some sandwiches. He gonna let them know I got these sandwiches right here. Same thing, bro.
Give me John 10. John 10 and 27, I believe it is. I think it's the same thing. My sheep hear my voice.
Oh, no, I wasn't wrong. You said John 10 and what?
27, I believe.
Yes. This is the book of John, chapter 10 and verse 27. My sheep hear my voice.
What?
My sheep hear my voice.
Hey, we was up here and that brother gravitated to us, right? Because he heard the words of the Lord. He would like to have a discourse about that. He understood what we was teaching was counter doctrine to what he teaches. That's why he tried to come up and say, I gotta teach these young men something. But rather, he didn't know what the scripture was talking about. He would have you believe that the Gentiles, right, are ethnic Greeks. Not knowing about the Greek captivity before that.
Right.
Not even taking that scholarship up with the history before. He would cast the whole thing out. Right? He didn't care about the Maccabees and Alexander the Great. He didn't care about them. He didn't care about the Diadochi. He didn't care about that, which translate over to his New Testament understanding. That's what we try to teach him. I was trying for damn 2 hours. I pulled out all the precepts. Nehemiah put out all the precepts.
Stay focused on the message.
We definitely staying focused on the message. Right, read what you got.
Good rap with y'all boys, man. I'll see y'all again, man.
All right, now. Shalom.
You an Israelite. Repent and keep the commandments of God.
I know I am.
All right.
All right, bro.
All praises to the Most High. Hey, keep the command. Repent and keep the commandments.
Absolutely, every day.
All praises. How many commandments are there?
632.
There you go. All praise to the Most High. Hey, Shalom.
This is the book of John, chapter 15, verse 23. He that hateth me, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think that is.
Okay, come on. He that hateth me, hateth my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not had sin.
That's the promised land. What you want, King? Where is
They hated me
where
first.
is like Mount?
Oh, God.
Come. This is the book of John, chapter 15, and verse 18. If the world hates you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Hey, chill out. Christ was hated way before y'all even came on the scene.
That's right.
Christ was doing miracles. He was healing the sick, right? He was healing the blind, picking people that could not walk up. You know what I mean? Raising the dead.
Right.
Elijah was calling fire. Remember, I went in this on Tuesday. Elijah was calling fire from heaven, doing mighty works in the spirit. But they hated them. Our people killed the prophets of the Lord. Our people moan and groan when feast days and new moons come around so they can sell corn. But say, hey, we're not caught up on how they talk to us, because we understand that the people, the greater men before us, they were going through the same thing.
That's right.
The greater men before us, they were going through the same tribulations and troubles. We got song of the three holy children of Ananias, right? Hananiah, and Mishael, them going into a burning furnace because what? People hated them. The other nations hated them. Nehemiah and Ezra were building the temple. And guess what? Other nations was hating them. Guess what? Y'all are going to go through the same hate of other nations hating on y'all, regardless of what y'all doing. Y'all coming to serve the Lord? Prepare your damn soul for temptation. Prepare your damn soul for trials and tribulations. Prepare your soul for troubling. Prepare your soul for the grievement of your nation. Because you having this knowledge on your people and what they have to do. Message. You having this, what your people need to do in order to live, and seeing them constantly dying, constantly destroying themselves. You having the key, you're going to frustrate yourself. You're going to pull out your hair sometimes. You're going to shed a lot of tears. You're going to shed a lot of tears. Right? I shed a lot of tears looking at my people in a subjected state and loving it. They took the bare minimum and they love it, man. Well, I told a sister in Columbus, I said, man, y'all love the bare minimum. How so? You call yourself black. That's the bare minimum. That's what somebody gave you. You don't like the promises that the Most High gave you or the heritage that He gave you at all, right? You settle for less, right? Hey, and it's the last time I say, right? What Christ told us? What Christ? Oh, yeah. You can bring that up. You can be next. That could be. Yeah. Okay, come. So, hey, guess what?
That's where like Moses, he rested.
Y'all understand that what happened with the woman, the Canaanite woman, right?
You should know that.
Look at this family right here. All the women got drunk.
I'm telling you, you should know that, bro.
Cover it up. Why our people?
What if that is our people?
Mount Planibo.
Yeah,
That's
our mindset, right?
That's
right.
where he rested.
But y'all understand the story of the Canaanite woman, right? So Christ, what happened? The disciples came to him and said, this woman won't leave us alone, right? And what did Christ say? He didn't say nothing at first. Hold on, brother. Then what did he say? I'm not. It's not what? It's not meat to give the children's bread to dogs, right? And he told her, I'm not sent, but only into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But guess what? The children do? The children give up the bread and the table, and then guess what? He goes to the dogs and asks them for crumbs, right? And the seats. And then he goes to the dogs and asks for the crumbs. That's backwards. That's what y'all do through the spirit. Y'all give them y'all nationality. Y'all give them y'all teachings. Y'all give them the word. What's their nationality, Judah? Hey, they're my people, man.
Crucified.
Hey, Judah, what's their nationality?
The Jews. They
Oh, praise!
killed Jesus.
Hey, look at. I think that's Asher,
And they
right?
like walk with him.
That's Asher, right? Zebulon got a dress on, man. to the fight.
They ain't walk with Christ.
All praise, all praise, all praise. Walking in the righteous acts of the Lord. All praise to the Most High. Hey, bring out this.
All right, so this the book called A Biblical and Theological Dictionary, explanatory of history, manners, and custom of the Jews and neighboring nations. Right, so this is a reference, a historical reference.
Hey, we on the camera, film.
Right, it said many of the discourses were preached in camps and courts, in streets, schools, cities, villages, sometimes with great composures and coolness, at other times with vehement action and rapturous energy. Sometimes,
Salakia. Hey, but this say it was teached. The truth was teached in camps. In Salakia, taught. Oh snap, teached. The truth was taught in what? The chief place of concourse. Hey, don't get on me on the live, man. Don't get on me on the live, man. Please don't get on me on the live, man. Right? But it was taught in camps. And what? The chief place of concourse. Give me that Proverbs 1:22. Proverbs 1:22. Read on.
It says, sometimes in a plain, blunt style, at other times in all the magnificent pomps of Eastern allegory.
It says sometimes what? In plain?
In a plain, blunt style.
And sometimes it was plain, but sometimes it was in a blunt style. Right? That's how the truth was taught in the corners, right? Read what you got.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 22. How long, ye simple ones? Let's start at 20, 21. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without.
Wisdom is crying without. Read.
She uttereth her voice in the streets.
She uttereth her voice where?
In the streets.
Keep reading.
She crieth in the chief place of the concourse.
We see our elders and our ancestors doing it here. Doing it in the street, in the chief place of concourse, either in the blunt style or in the plain style, like you see today. Read.
On some occasions, the preachers appeared in public with visible signs.
With what?
With visible signs.
Point down there. Hey, this is crazy. They come out and they teach in the streets, in the chief place of concourse with visible signs. What that look like? It sound like somebody was watching us and writing it down, right? But no, it sound like we picked up from what our ancestors was doing.
What's the name of that book again?
Hey, that's the biblical.
A Biblical and Theological Dictionary.
Of who?
The explanatory of history, manners, and custom of the Jews and neighbor
Of the who?
Of the Jews, man. This is what the Jews was doing.
We're
Right.
talking about us.
Right.
And we did then and we doing now.
Right.
In the spirit.
In the spirit, man. Not even seeing that was happening.
That's right.
That's crazy. Read.
with implements of war,
Right.
with yokes of slavery,
Right.
or something adapted to their subject. They gave lectures on these, held them up to the view,
Hey, sister, come here to work.
girded them on, broke them in pieces, rent their garments, rolled in the dust, and endeavored by
lust.
all the methods they could devise agreeably to the
Right.
customs
Lust,
of their country.
Who that sound like, man? Going in the street corners and teaching. The prophecies talking about wars, talking about slavery and bondage. That's talking about our people.
Right, right,
Let's talk about the prophecies that we were reading now that they were reading back then.
right.
Right? That's crazy, man. Right? And the methods that they did to devise and what? Make it relevant to the people today. Did you read that already? No, you didn't.
There's a little bit left on it. To impress the minds of their auditors with the nature and importance of their doctrines.
That's what we doing. Making the Bible relevant to the people today so they can turn from their wicked ways and take heed to the words of the Lord. Because Jake normally they think Bible, they think, oh, this elder, my grandma, this, that, and the third. It's not relevant to them. At least that's how they feel.
Hey, y'all come here to